into some supsnail videos. What I was trying to say before part 1 ended. I remember watching the DC-8 and 747 mid-air collision by Brickmaster Poland. Ooh, very nice collision. Oh. Oh yes, the good old Uberlingen. Hey, very nice. Breakup. DC-8. Very nice. Very nice breakups. Moving on to pick a seat to survive. Starting with an red A300. Make sure to play it at home. I'm going to pick this first seat right here. Hey, don't claw me, cat. Did I survive? Yes! Cargo 707. Going into the first officer seat right there. Some sort of flat spin. Did I survive? Yeah! Getting good at this. Okay. Upgrade version of Lego set 3181, which is 3181X A330 Air France livery. Ooh, I got good amount of seats. Calm down, my cat. Back to the video. I'm gonna pick the end seat. I'm gonna pick the last seat, number 3. Let's see if I survive. Doing pretty good, so let's see if I can survive this time. Oh my god. Oh my god. Get rid of the... I just survived at the, the final seat on this side. Seat number 3. I just survived that somehow. Don't know how, but I did. Alright, 7893. Mid-air collision. Plane 1 or plane 2? If I was in plane 1, I would sit either in these 2 seats right here. For plane 2, I would sit in either these 2 seats. So let's see which one survives. So plane 1, back. Plane 2, front. So if I were on both planes, I would still survive. Alrighty. Next plane. Here we go. The Omni plane. The Comni plane. Passenger mixed cargo. I'm going to pick this last seat right there. Let's see if I survived. Oop, into a wall. And I did survive. Let's go. Doing very good. Alrighty, the middle 2. These 2 blue ones that we're looking at. Not the bottom or the top one, the middle. Let's see if I survive. Okay, we're stalling. Calm down, my cat. Yeesh. Okay, so I did pick this seat right here. Get rid of the top and the bottom one. I chose the middle one. So I'm good. I am good. Fireplane. Back seat. Did I finally get a fatality? Nope, I still survive. Concord Lover still survives. Oh, back to. If we're going to a wall, the back to. What? Let's go. I survived. Chose these two right there. The back two right there. So I survived. Let's go. Nice wreckage. Right, next plane. Comedy plane. These four right. Okay, I am correct. I survived. A300. Let's go with the middle, the top two. Top two. Will I survive on the left or on the right? Let's see. Oh, okay, so I survived on. I don't know what this side is, but I survived on it. How am I just living? In the reaction video of the Prestige pick a seat to survive, I died and lived. Okay, so another collision. This time with 60367. Plane 1. I'm going same tactic. Plane 1, back 2. Plane 2, front 2. Let's see if I survive. Oof. Destructive. Let's go. I survived. Good thing I picked plane 1. Because if you pick plane 2, I'm sorry, you all lost. I am sorry. So plane 1 was safer. And MD-80, alrighty. Third, just middle right here. In front of the top 4. These middle 2 right here. Let's see if I can survive. Oh, we're going into a bush. Never mind. And I finally got my first fatality. Yes. Very nice blue play from your channel icon. You know what? Let's go move up 1 row and head on to the second row. And see if I survive there. Destructive. Nope. I also got my second fatality. Dang it. Comedy plane. Back 2. Yeah. Front 2. Nope, middle 2. If you picked seat 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this side, then you're good. Luckily I picked. Hold on. The green seat at near the beginning, the wing right here, where we're looking at. Not the bottom 2, these 2 right here. Just want to classify that. Comedy plane is back. Oh. I did not say it, but I did pick these 2. Comedy plane again. Throw on top of a wall. A seat at the back. Then I'm choosing these 2 seats right here at the back. The final seats at the back. Yep. Very, very nice, very nice. Ooh, helicopter. Just like the fireplane, back seat. Nope, I got my 3rd fatality. Someone did survive that. Okay, 7893. Similar crash with the just like the comedy plane. I chose the back 2. Did I survive in the back 2 seat? In one of the back 2 seats? Let's see. Like the slow motion. Oh, wait, nope. We gotta wait again. Back 2 seats. I'm not sure now. Nope. Right here. Cargo 707. Get rid of the first officer. Pilot seat. Going into the pilot seat. Like how it splits off from white to green on the set. Very nice. Oof. Ah, dang it. It was first officer. Oh well. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Ooh. I'm not choosing seat 1, row 1 or 2 or 3. I'm going into row 4. Row 4. That's where I'm sitting. Oh, we're crashing into the wall again. Oh, destructive. Very satisfying how the tail. Luckily I was sitting where this green mark is on row 4. Somehow, only 3 of my viewers and I survived. Next plane. Final crash. Mid-air collision between the A300 and the MD-80. Well, not really a mid-air collision. We're going to crash them into the same wall as the second last one. So, front 2 seats of the A300. Which one are you picking? A300 or MD-80? Wait, hold on. I'm going to do something. So, like the video if you're on the A300 with me, or subscribe if you're on the MD-80. So let's see which one survives. And there is a fly on one of my lights. It made a mistake of choosing the front 2 seats. Yep, I'm dead. Hey, next one. Now, the final 3. Recreating in real life plane crashes. Before he got into like the custom noses, where he just used official plane parts. So here we are, part 3. So let's see what our first one will be. Miracle on the Hudson. Let's see how good supsnail recreated this. So, January 15th, 2009. 155 occupants aboard the A320. The plane now takes off from LaGuardia, New York City. everything goes perfect. I'm going to be doing some storytellings and rating how well he did the recreations. When all of a sudden, it would be nice if you got rid of the gear. Well, now all of a sudden, bird strike, where he just used a bunch of plates. Nice dual engine flame out. 10 out of 10 for delivery. There's the Hudson River. You know what? We're actually going to do 5 more final videos. Splash a bit hard, but nonetheless, 10 out of 10 recreation. There's all the survivors. On the Hudson River in Manhattan. How do you get from New York to Manhattan? I guess Manhattan is close to New York. I'm not sure. Number 5, FedEx 80. 10 out of 10? Wait, no. 9 out of 10. The reason why I'm knocking off a point is the tail is not fully purple like in real life. Nevertheless, livery looks kind of good. So, on March 23rd, 2009, yep, we got another 2009 crash. 2 occupants, the pilot and the first officer, were aboard Flight 80 in something, China. The FedEx MD-11 freighter is now ready to take off. Alrighty. Very nice. Right, here we are on the runway. Nice custom runway out of tape. That's a pretty cool runway. Alrighty, take off. Bit of a tail strike, but that's okay. Righty, plane's now taking off. But, so the MD-11 was now traveling to Narita, Japan. But, the MD-11, during the approach, has been encountering some turbulence. Hey, I just got a notification from my vlog channel, LOL. So the plane's now landing, but due to an unstable approach, the plane starts hardly bouncing. And the wing gets hit and destroyed. Very 10 out of 10 for the recreation. Nice aftermath shot. 2 fatalities. No survivors at Narita, Japan. Wonder if you could still go explore the wreck. I wonder. Okay. Now, number 4. Qantas 32. Nice gear tilt on the A380. And after he made the recreation, he also made the Spirit of Australia, where he added the Spirit logo on the side of the Qantas A340, 80, and then made the tutorial. Very nice tutorial. So delivery, 10 out of 10. Well, you did forget to add the gray stripe, but I don't think Qantas added the light silver stripe during Qantas Flight 32. So now the plane is pushing back. We are at the runway. So in 2010, a Qantas A380-800 was now ready to take off. Dash 800 was the only variant of the A380 built. A freighter and the Dash 900 were planned, but they were never built. The plane continued on flying over. It was now heading to its destination when all of a sudden, one of the engines exploded. Soon, in Batam Island of Indonesia, some cars were passing by when some of the engine debris came down. Instagram. Will there be a crash in Batam? Are these plane crashes? TikTok. Are these broken plane parts? The Guardian. Debris found in Indonesia confirmed to be a Qantas engine callowing. Twitter, which was not called X at the time. Why did Twitter rename to X? Can somebody please tell me in the comments? There was a plane crash in Indonesia. Breaking news, help. Whoa. Go back a little bit. Head to the engine explosion. There we go. I missed one of the apps because I had at 2 times the speed. So let's pass all the apps we read. Kabloosh. Discord. Just now, A380 engine debris has fallen from the sky in Indonesia. Many are saying that this is serious crash risk, but be cautious of rumors. I will create a thread where I'll send all the new information into the subject. And I guess people thought there was going to be a crash, but luckily the A380 was able to make an emergency landing. And YouTube, A380 crash debris found 6 days ago. Back of the A380, which still looks very good. That engine looks a little too damaged, but for the damaged engine, looking 9 out of 10. Wait, if it says Spear on Australia on the side, Shingen Airport in Singapore. Soon the A380 decided to make an emergency landing at Shingen Airport in Singapore. The landing was very rough and burst some tires. Soon fire engines came and shut off the engine that could not turn off. No, sprayed some water on the engine that could not be turned off. There we go. Now we have the Uberlingen collision. Not going to tell a story this time because, well, I'm still going to tell a story at 23:06 p.m. A DHL 757 freighter was ready to take off. The plane had taken off and was now making record time. Story of 2002 Uberlingen collision. Meanwhile, at a different airport, a Tupolev Tu-154 working for Bashkirian Airlines Flight 2937 was at the something airport Moscow in Russia. The plane was loaded up onto passengers. The plane was a Tupolev Tu-154M loaded aboard with 69 passengers. The plane was now pushing back to the runway, ready for takeoff. On the delivery of both planes, 10 out of 10. Still, we don't know if the livery was a black stripe or a blue stripe, but for supsnail and mine to live, it's going to be black livery. Still going to have to add some detail onto the vertical stabilizer, but after this video, I'll show you the process of what I got in. And just for the Uberlink mid-air collision recreation, I'm going to use DHL's modern livery because my white paint pen work. So it's going to be the Uberlink mid-air collision, but DHL 611 was in the modern livery. Anyway, the Tupolev TU-154 took off and was now ready to make up for record time to get to their destination. It had gotten dark after Flight 611's takeoff, and both planes' crew did not know that they were on the collision course, not course. And soon, both flights were going peacefully. Meanwhile, at Zugros, Switzerland, at a control tower, or whatever you called it, I believe, Skyguide, Pierre Nielsen was at the controls, telling both flights of when to go. 23:20 p.m. Peter's colleagues have left him to operate alone. Soon DHL 611 and the Tupolev were getting closer and closer to each other. But the 757's crew and the Tupolev's crew never knew about this until it was too late, and they heard the traffic alarm was going off. But unfortunately, it was too late. The vertical stabilizer of the 757 struck the fuselage of the Tupolev, causing the Tupolev to break up into two parts. The cockpit and back was spinning out of control while the 757 was in a flat spin. And soon, the 757 was about to crash into the ground. Soon, the Tupolev had crashed into the ground. And a few minutes after, seconds, the 757 had crashed down. So, recreation, 10 out of 10. I really like how you added damaged parts to the vertical stabilizer of the 757. Alrighty, Tehran flight. I forget. So we got a Lufthansa DC-10. Swiss Air, I don't know. A different Tehran plane. And a Tehran A310. Tehran flight 371 on March 31st, 1995. The A310 was getting ready to depart. Hold on. What airport's this? Yeah, I get back to the airport so I can know what airport it is. Two times the speed. Soon, the A310 was ready to depart something Henry Conoda International Airport in Romania. The plane was an A310-324, full of 60 passengers. And soon, Everybody thought it would be a nice flight to their destination, or so they thought. But what they didn't know was something bad would happen. Soon, the A310 had taken off when suddenly, what I believe the cause is, what some people think the cause was, is the pilot had a heart attack during flight. Same with the Trident 3 that stalled and nearly crashed into electrical poles of BEA flight something, I forget. If you know what I'm talking about. So the plane just kept on banking. Then soon, the plane banked too much, and soon, the A310 crashed into a field. So the livery on the plane, 10 out of 10, and the crash, and how accurate the crash was to the real incident, 10 out of 10 as well. Now we're moving on to a still going search investigation that happened ever since the disappearance of MH370 in 2014. So livery, 10 out of 10, accurate to Malaysian Airlines livery at the time, and my favorite version. So on March 8th, 2024, MH370 was a Boeing 777-200ER, ready to depart from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. 239 occupants aboard the 777, ready for a nice flight. But what they didn't know was they wouldn't make it to their destination, and the plane would just suddenly vanish off radar. As the plane was pushing back, ready for takeoff, everybody thought it would just be a normal flight. At 12:41 a.m., the 777-200ER had taken off. And soon, everybody thought it was all's well, when suddenly, outflow valve opened up, which I believe caused the air to come out of the cabin, and the oxygen mask came out. At 1:21 a.m., the plane had diverted off of its course. The plane was supposed to make a quick turn and head towards its destination, but the plane diverted off course, heading over either the Southern Ocean or the Indian Ocean. So yeah, the plane just continued going towards the ocean. At Beijing Airport, the destination where the plane was supposed to be, at 6:30 a.m., MH370 was delayed. Also, fun fact, here's some Easter eggs. Air France. Hold on. Here's some Easter eggs from other recreations he did. Air France Flight 4590 from Part 2. And TK 1951, also from Part 2. So that's some pretty cool Easter eggs. Soon, MH370 was delayed. Soon the plane was over the Indian Ocean. And then the plane started nosediving into the Indian Ocean. It happened very soon. It will happen very soon. Oh, yep, there it goes. Soon the plane started banking to one side and started going down. Soon the overspeed alarm went off. As the plane was heading closer to the Indian Ocean. Everybody's praying. And soon the plane crashed into the Indian Ocean. Next recreation. But 10 out of 10 for this recreation. Like, we still don't know what happened to this flight. Part 2 of recreating real life plane crashes in Lego. Number 5, Adriana 214 on July 6, 2013. 307 occupants were aboard a 777. Ready to do a nice flight from South Korea to San Francisco. The flight went very good with no problems no ditching or emergency landings. The flight went as easy as pie until when the plane was approaching San Francisco, they were a bit too low. And so the pilot tried to go around, but it was too late because they were going too low and too slow. And soon the tail busted off, causing the plane to do a very big turn. Luckily, almost everybody survived, only with 3 survivor fatalities. And the wreck, you can still find the wreck today in San Francisco. National Air 102, my favorite cargo airline for the 747, on April 29th, 2013, 7 occupants were aboard a 747-428B FC in Afghanistan, ready to load up on some cargo. The plane was taking some very important military vehicles, if I'm correct. Please let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Soon, the cars were loaded up. And soon, the crew thought it would be a nice flight to, I believe, Dubai from Afghanistan. Soon the 747 had taken off. When some of the cargo wasn't secured properly. Soon, the back rope snapped while the holder broke. And soon the front 2 ropes holders had broken off as well, which caused it to move into the other car, causing its ropes to break too, which caused the 747 to stall out. Soon both cars were at the back of the plane. The plane tried to correct itself, but unfortunately it was just not possible to save the plane, and the plane stalled and crashed. For Adriana and this plane, 10 out of 10 livery, 10 out of 10 recreation. 7 fatalities, 0 survivors, wreck at Bagram Airfield in Afghanistan. TWA, 10 out of 10 livery. So, on July 17th, 1996, 230 people were boarding a Boeing 747-131 at JFK, New York. TWA 800 was now coming in for a nice butter landing. Soon, the 747 had touched down. It was now going to pick up its passengers and get some refueling. Now, the passengers were boarding and cargo were being loaded up.